Right, episode 2. Today we're going to talk about vocals. We're going to talk about my lead vocal. We're going to talk about the choir that I built with Gio Jordan and Tamzine. I might get onto some other bits. I might go into the horns a little bit more, or maybe just like go into one of the choruses in a bit more of a deep dive, and then probably save the outro for another episode because that was fun to do. Right, without further ado, the vocal is the guide vocal. The vocal is the demo vocal. I was going to redo the vocal. I should have probably redone the vocal. I ended up doing this. So how do I tell this story? I last year went to Devon with Gio and Tamzine and Brett Cox, who also did a lot of engineering, a lot of production on this track as well at that time. With all of the, like, we went there, took a bunch of, essentially emptied my studio, went to Devon to my mum and dad's house, and I set up a studio in the living room, and we just made a bunch of stuff and demoed a bunch of these tracks. And then I took all of that home and then spent, like the better part of a year building the album. So much of what we recorded then has actually made it into the album, which is really fun. It's really cool because it wasn't recorded well. I ended up Brett stayed for a few days, so everything that he recorded sounds really good. And then he left, and then everything I recorded sounds a bit shit because he's just plugging things in and making shit up and seeing what happens. And so the vocal I did when I got home as I need a placement, I'm just going to put this in. And it sounded good. It sounded nice. And I ended up loving it enough. Well, I'll tell you what it was. It wasn't even out of love. It was just out of curiosity. I wanted to see what it would be like if I took my lead vocal, which I will show you here, is currently muted, which I have put, what have we got? We've got a little tuning on it. We've got a little EQ on it. We've got a 76 and then a de-esser, right? Barely anything on it whatsoever. But I'll show you the source. Here's the source. This is the Akai 1721L. It's a reel-to-reel tape machine field recorder thing. Fuck, I'm going to put this back. Hang on. Jesus Christ. It's not that heavy. I wanted to see what it would sound like if I was like, look, I've got fucking plugins that do tape shit, but what's it going to sound like if I send the vocal out and send it into that and put it to tape and then play it back and play it back into the track? Like, what's that going to sound like? And it sounded so fucking good.
Somewhere here is something beautiful.
Like, what the fuck?
Somewhere hiding in the undergrowth.
Now, you can see over here. Do the thing. There we go. You can see over here, I've got a lot more on the chain. That's because tape is obviously really temperamental and old. And there's some hissing on the tape machine itself is old, in really good condition, works really, really well, but it's got some hisses and some things wrong with it. There's ghosts in the machine, which we love. And the tape itself that I've got, that I record onto, is a lot of it's brand new, but it's from the 50s, 60s or something. A lot of it's got stuff recorded on it from the 60s and 70s that I was recording over. So there's quite a bit of cleaning up happening. There's like a de-hum, and then there's a spectral noise denoiser, all from RX, who are incredible. I love their stuff. And again, the de-hum is just taking out the frequency, the 50 hertz frequency that's coming from the mains. And then the denoiser is taking, I've analyzed a bit of gap in it. I mean, let me see if I can loop this round and show you what I'm talking about. Let's take the spectral denoise off. So I've just disabled all of the plugins, and I've just found a bit where I'm not doing anything. I do a quick intake of air, otherwise called a breath, and then I start singing. But there's enough gap, there's enough silence there that you can hear the hum and the hiss. Like that. It's gorgeous. It's so lovely, but it was a bit distracting for the song. So like I said, the de-hummer knows the frequency it needs to get rid of, gets rid of it. Fucking magic. Magic. And then the spectral denoiser, same thing. I analyzed this bit probably, and then it found all of the things it needs to get rid of and fucking gets rid of it without compromising the quality of the audio of the actual singing.
Somewhere here is something beautiful.
Which is great. That warmth right? That tone, slightly crunchy quality to it. There's a warmth to it, which makes it feel like there's no high end. It's kind of feels like you're talking in the next room a little bit. I said it kind of feels like you're talking in the next room a little bit. I love that, but I wanted a bit more clarity and a little bit more shine on it, which I knew I had in the file. I just needed to coax out a little bit, which is, I think, yeah. So there's a lot of like resonant frequencies that you can see here around where probably a lot of that like woolliness, that is coming from. And I think I'm probably multi-band. Yeah, you can see they're reacting to it quite a lot. We've lost quite a lot of the low end there, I'm not gonna lie. But I think my point was I wanted the bass to shine. I wanted the bass to be something you could hear, something you could listen to. The vocal obviously needs to take your attention, but I didn't want it overshadowing the other parts of the track. Next up, we've just got a gate that's again helping with a lot of the spectral, the denoiser. After that, we've got saturator. The Saturn saturator is absolutely phenomenal. It's really, really powerful. Very, very fun to play with.
You won't let me go.
Yeah, great, lovely. We've got a bit of that like phonograph sound. Once I'd achieved that kind of sound, I knew I was where I wanted to be, and so everything after that becomes just like compressing, limiting, which is what the 1176 is doing, what the LA2A is doing. After that, I've got a little slap delay and then a de-esser at the end just to finish it off. And I personally think it sounds really nice.
Smoke from the wildfires.
Hey.
Feel that burning heat from your desire.
In context.
You won't let me go. No, babe.
Right.
You won't let me go.
Yeah.
If you...
Okay, so chorus. Let's go to one of the later ones so I can show you all the vocals that we ended up stacking. So this is the final, we're in the final chorus now, which fully, everything together sounds like this. It's big, there's a lot going on. We've built up the choir now. So in chorus 1, it's just a slightly smaller choir of me, Gio, and Tam. In chorus 2, there's just a bit more. I think we put some of the octaves in. Yeah, we've got the lower octave in now. And a harmony. The 5th. No. It's great. And then chorus 3, all the vocals. All the choir. A little bit bigger. So let's break them down. We've got a kind of choir 1, which is me, Gio, and Tam. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So the way we've done this is we've got each part in unison with 2 mics, with just room mics essentially in front of us that we're singing into. And then we've just stacked that up. Look how much we've stacked it. Yeah, this is just for the basic kind of choir. There's, how many stacks we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Insane. Just doesn't need that many. Yeah, it's big though. That is big. That is big. What we've done is we've broken it up. We've had some where we're singing softer and closer to the mics, and then others where we're singing harder and further away. I think these will be the soft ones. Yeah. So this is a soft one closer. That's soft and close as well. A little harder because we're in the last chorus, I think. But if I just build it up, you can hear when we start to get further back. God, we do sound good together. I'll loop it around. And then we've got harmonies. Nice and simple. I'm pretty sure I've treated all of the vocals kind of the same. You can hear they're very saturated. They're kind of like fighting against themselves a little bit. Not fighting against themselves, but they are ripping through the speaker. They don't sound that saturated when it's in the context of the rest of the mix, but the energy that they provide, I think, really helps, especially this last chorus, just kind of thwack you guys in the face, which is all my job really should be. So those are the harms. Then we got the lows as well. Just 2 of them. But you don't know. You can see down here. Oh, so much closer to the mic, aren't we? Baby, if you, yeah, you can hear us like. You want some of my lovin'. Interesting. Really fun. Yeah, we're so much closer. So if you've got like 2 mics here, we're so much closer to them, singing a little softer so that there's just more textural quality to the choir. And then my favorite ones, the good old fashioned Michael McDonald choir, which is literally just, we did an impression of Michael McDonald and you then bed that tone into the rest of the choir. So on its own, it sounds like this. You're just singing with so much more throat. But you don't know. It's so nice. Sounds so silly, but then in the context of everything else, just works. That's gorgeous. With everything else? Yeah, I fucking love it so much. It's so much fun singing with them. I've got a little video actually of us doing the Michael McDonald ones, which I will play now.
If you feel something, I'm ready. I'm steady. Let me go.
Yeah, I love it. I love singing with those two. I love Tam. I love Gio. I loved making this song. I mean, I could take you through how long we've been going for. I got some time. I'll take you through the chorus. I'll take you through the final chorus and just the layers that make it. So if you've watched episode 1, you know that we've got our drums. They're just running through. They are not trying to overcomplicate anything. It's the same loop. I've just copied and pasted it. We've got percussion, which I've busied a little bit more now. Back in the intro, I think the percussion was just the claps, but now we've got the percussion was just the tambourine, but now we've got shaker. We got tambourine. We got another shaker. Oh, nice. Just a little cabasa. Yeah, it says it. So I've then, in this final chorus and throughout the outro, added this thing I've dubbed Stevie drums. The idea being Stevie Wonder would track a lot of his drums in mono and then pan them hard left and hard right. And I wanted to bring that energy into this outro because I'm so inspired and so influenced and so in love with that man. And this song, I'm really allowing myself to kind of not show off, but just be myself, really show you who I think I am as a musician. And so I literally went and I sat at my drum kit with my phone, put my phone on the kick and just played along in listening back through headphones. And then just took a couple of the takes, a couple of the loops that I liked. And literally you can see here, hard left, hard right. I mean, it's so superstition. Isn't that great? Just the right one. And then just the left one. That's great. Yeah, big fan. Big fan. Yeah, so with the rest of the drums and the percussion and everything, it just brings in so much more groove. I can't help but bounce every time I listen to this for this exact reason. And again, it's just me playing with myself. It's fucking hard doing that. Trying to be a band by yourself. But I'm used to it now. And I fucking love doing it so much. Like there's nothing MIDI. There's no, what do you call them? Fucking plug-in synths. Virtual instruments, I should say. None. It's all audio. It's all me, which I'm kind of proud of. Although, actually, that does lead me. The only thing that is a VST that is a MIDI instrument, the saxophone. Someone asked me recently because I was like, yeah, I play all the horns on it. They were like, do you play the saxophone on it? It's like, no, that's just Logic saxophone. Just sounds like this. I tried to get someone to replay it and they were busy. And also, this just sounds good. Like, it just sounds good. All right, so where are we now? So we're at drums, percussion, we've got claps, we've got a little MIDI sax. So all of that together sounds like this. Prophet. Now before our Prophet in the intro especially was just that pad that was just swaying back and forth, making us feel a little discombobulated. Now, woi. That pad is now opening up into a saw. Still got the pad in it. Underneath. A little arpeggiator on the top, a little chime. Not an arpeggiator, I'm literally just doing that on the black keys and then transposing it. We got Junos as well. Oh, those are nice, that's smart. Just accenting or kind of announcing each chord as it changes. We've also got another MIDI instrument, actually, not just the sax that is the only MIDI instrument, but this little glockenspiel that is doubling up the melody. You can just hear it really faintly. Yeah, piano, doubling up what the glockenspiel's playing, and also giving us a lot of the chords. It's kind of what would John Batiste do. Get the telly back in as well. Just the root and seventh. I think the rest is just the bass, isn't it? I've now got a synth bass on top of the Fender bass. I think there'll be some producers in the world that will try and say that you shouldn't double up your basses, you shouldn't have synth and electric basses. Fuck off. Let me be happy. Let me do what I want to do. Let me be me. Who are you, other than probably learned and better at this job than I am? No, just me. The point is, though, that the Moog bass is just playing the sub, it's just playing the root notes. And then the Fender bass is Gio, who's having a bit more fun and playing a couple of licks and giving us a bit more of the rhythm. So they do work together. And then, obviously, our vocals, horns as well, doi.
If you want someone.
Yeah, fuck! Cause you don't know. Oh, it's great. I do love it. So there's a lot happening, right? We got a little acoustic guitar that I've introduced now, along with some congas. 1, 2. Oh, that's fun. What's that sound like if we put the Stevie drums on that? That's cool. That does sound good, doesn't it? That was just me enjoying myself for a minute. Okay, so this Stabby Prophet, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, and then I'm going to do another episode because I've been talking for a little while. This Stabby Prophet, I ummed and ahed about, but it was just too fun to leave out. I introduce it in the second chorus, you can see, but it really kind of, I let it go a little in the final chorus. Again, it all comes back to that Stevie Wonder thing. I don't have a clav. I do have a Prophet that I can get clavy sounds out of, and I sat with the Prophet, and I had the track looping around, I had the chords looping around, and I just let the tape run. I just let the I let the session run, and I just played things. And I got about 4 bars of each idea, and then I'd play something else, and then I stacked them on top of each other, picked my favorite ones and put them together, panned them a bit, just made them sit. It kind of becomes like percussive emotion. So rather than using a big percussion set, like the acoustic guitar's doing a little bit of that percussion as well, with the nail on the string, with my nails on the strings, and obviously me playing the congas and all of that. But there's something so much more funky about it. Actually, I'll tell you what. I'm going to play them with the drums so you can hear how they push and pull and play with the like core beat of the song. So this is part 1. Added with part 2. And then part 3. And then part 4. Part 4 doesn't do anything until the end. So part 4 coming up. Yeah, man. That's fun. So it kind of ends up being one synth part. I really love that part. And it just sits underneath everything and does a lot of work. I'll show it to you in the second chorus because I think it's a little more obvious. It does so much work, and you never really know. The intention is not that you know. God is in the details. The details are for me. It encourages your listening experience, but it doesn't dictate it. Here they are without. Gross, flat, disgusting, horrible, hate it. Let's put them back in. That's so cheeky. He's a cheeky boy. So I'm going to take a break there. I'm going to do another episode. I'll go through the middle eight and the outro in the last episode. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. Ready, Steady, Go is available to listen to. You should listen to it if you haven't done so already. Also, I've got a bunch of in-stores that are available for you to buy tickets for. I think to buy a ticket, you got to buy a record, and then you can come to any of the in-stores I'm doing in the UK. Not any. You come to the install that you bought the record from, is the point. But yeah, I'll see you there, and if not, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!